What's going on, boys? It's Dylan with the Prepared Father here, and today we are going to be looking at something that is not a gun, although this is beautiful. This is my current EDC setup. Just wanted to show this off a bit before we jumped into the video. But today's video is actually on EDC, but an EDC flashlight. Yo! So this is the Sofirn SR23. Before we get into this, actually, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment to support the page. That is super helpful. We've got a ton of good gear and training content and collabs coming down the pipeline, so stick around for that. Sofirn did send this out for review, but I hope you guys can tell by my recent videos, or my videos in the past few months, I'm not just gonna like say good shit about something. So you're gonna get the honest breakdown regardless. Now, this flashlight may not seem like oh, that's a super shocking package, but this is a deep carry pocket clip that comes already attached. It's got a Sofirn branded 21700 battery already installed, USB-C style rechargeable little slot here so you can recharge it, which I'm a huge fan of. I do not like having to buy batteries once a month for an EDC flashlight. It's got some spare O-rings that come with it, a lanyard, a printed manual. It's a real nice full kit for the price that you pay for it. And speaking of the SR23, it's currently like $40, and my guess is it'll be about that for Black Friday. Build quality wise, I was really pleasantly surprised with this. It's super bright. It's really compact. It's bigger than a normal EDC flashlight, and because of its like circular framing, it kind of is bulky for the pocket, but it definitely makes up for it in its capability. As a rubberized grip sleeve, which is interesting, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it'll age long term, but out of the box, it definitely gives good traction to it. You get a stainless steel bezel here with a bead blasted finish. It's a recessed lens, really nice anodizing. I don't usually see Chinese companies with as good of anodizing as this, but they did it. And a magnetic tail cap, so you can just kind of throw it on metal shit and it'll just stick around, you know what I mean? It's super strong, you know what I mean? Like, it'll just pick up fucking random metal objects around you. I was building an AR earlier, and I was attaching all my like nits, bits, and screws and roll pins on this, so that's helpful. The emitter setup is simple. You got 3 white light LEDs and a UV blue. So you will be able to tell how shit is so disgusting in your house or wherever you're at. And having a kid, I've actually used that for determining how gross something might be. So whether you're checking IDs at like doing security work or glowing rocks or looking for fluids, it's handy. The user interface is one of the things that really makes this light actually enjoyable. You get literally 2 separate buttons, all right? The bottom button is your white light, which you can control. We're going to make it dimmer now just by holding it, and then brighter just by holding it, and it flashes once when it's at max brightness. All right. And then they have a top button, which is your UV, which has the same capability of getting brighter, low. See, you know what I mean? So that is handy, and that is cool. The battery indicator is cool. When you turn this on, if flashing green is between 50 and 80 or 50 and 70%, which is super cool. I dig that. And if you turn the UV on, it does the exact same. The USB charging is super straightforward. USB-C, plug it into anything that, like my laptops all take USB-C charging, so I have no problem doing that. If you were like completely dead, throw it on for an hour and a half, bring it back, you're good to go. It accepts other flat top 21700 cell batteries, which is a big plus. So if you just want to like have one in a carry bag, throw it in like a 945 or grab bag, you can just interchange it super easily. Tactical use, this is where the light super shines. No pun intended. It's strong enough on turbo to break any photonic barrier. So tinted windows in a car. You got a homeless guy right outside your house sleeping in his car. You're going to be able to let him know that you're out there, or determine if something's in his hands and it's crazy. If you're dealing with headlights, street lights, or bright background, you've got enough output to punch through that and still see what you're doing. Second, this is a big one, especially for people who have weapon-mounted lights on their EDC. You do not have to shine your white light on your pistol to identify them, you know what I mean? Because you don't always want to point a gun at something that might not need to have a gun pointed at it, if you know what I mean. Your gun light should not be your primary search tool, so the SR23 gives you enough range, enough candela, and enough throw to safely ID targets at a pretty whopping distance without muzzling anything you shouldn't. And third, a bright handheld light can absolutely buy you time in a defensive encounter. I'm sure we've all heard the videos like this is a decent tool to blind someone to get some distance between you and a threat or an unknown. Performance-wise, the beam is floody, not throwy. That means up close to medium distance. It absolutely lights up your environment, which is great for EDC or walking around at night or searching a dark yard. At around 90 meters, the flood starts lighting up the foreground bright, so that the distance your vision gets washed out isn't too bad. As a general purpose everyday carry flashlight with enough tactical performance to be useful in a defensive context, it absolutely works extremely well. The UV emitter is also stronger than expected and has a relatively tight beam. That's what she said. So you can actually use it, from a few meters away. Final thoughts on this bad boy. Here's what I really liked. The form factor, the dual buttons, the simple UI, the battery indicator, the smooth beam, super strong UV light. The magnetic tail cap is potentially one of my favorite things about it. And the overall build quality. You're not really going to find lights like these for the price point that you have them. What I didn't love is the green tint. Listen, it's not that big of a deal on the white LEDs. The occasional UI funkiness. Sometimes it'll not recognize I'm pressing it down or something like that. The lack of step modes, like it has ramping only. So like if you want to get max brightness you're gonna have to hold, bam, now you're max brightness. I wish I could like triple click and get it all the way to max. And the rubber sleeve, which may or may not hold up. That's not a negative. I just don't know if I can like swear by this when usually Chinese rubber like this will wear out quickly. If you buy it, I make $0.0. I do not give a shit if you buy it. I just want people to have a choice on what to get if they're on a budget. You know what I mean? If you found this helpful at all, hit that like. We are going to be doing a review of this in the future. Tell me what lights you carry on a regular basis. And make sure you subscribe. We've got gear reviews, training breakdowns, and preparedness content coming every single day in short form. And I try to bang out 2 or 3 long form videos a month. So this is the Prepared Father, boys. Stay safe, train hard, and I'll see you in the next one.